All right, travel crew, Abe the Cursed Chef is back, and we've just stepped into a world that feels like it's breathing. My goal remains the same. Find the one recipe, the one ingredient that can break this taste blindness. The air here is thick with a sweet, earthy decay, like forgotten honey mixed with damp stone. Giant, gnarled trees claw at the sky, draped in shimmering, bioluminescent moss that pulses with an unsettling light. Leela's analog barometer just dropped like a stone, warning us about sudden atmospheric shifts and unstable pockets. She's pointing to erratic readings on her pressure gauge, telling us this ground isn't as solid as it looks. Nobi's fur is bristling along his spine, a low, guttural rumble vibrating from his chest. That's his invisible danger alert, crew, meaning something unseen is definitely close. Look at these shattered tools and twisted metal pieces half buried in the soil, signs of others who didn't read the environment right. Local lore speaks of the Sunpetal Bloom, a flower rumored to restore true taste, growing only where raw magic concentrates. This place feels potent, volatile, a wild recipe waiting to be understood. My curse makes every other sense 1,000 times sharper. I need to smell the danger, hear the shift, feel the vibration. But I can't taste the truth. How do you navigate a world where the very ground beneath you is a lie? All right, travel crew. This place just got a whole lot more interesting. We found a local cloaked in woven bark and moss, tending a small flickering fire that smells of burnt resin. I approach with my best master chef smile, ready to learn. Watch the whisper roots, the local rasps, pointing to the ground with a gnarled finger. They sing before they sink, drawing you down. I lean in, my hearing instantly picking up a faint, high-pitched hum beneath the soil, like a distant, vibrating tuning fork. And the sky sap, they continue, gesturing to the heavy, shimmering air. It makes the world thick, heavy, like breathing through honey. I inhaled deeply, the air now carrying a cloying, almost syrupy sweetness, different from the earlier decay. Leela taps her analog barometer, her brow furrowed. I glance at her, nodding as she points to the needle, showing sudden, erratic drops in atmospheric pressure. She's confirming the sky sap causes density fluctuations, just like the local warned. The dream petals, the local whispers, eyes wide, they draw you in with their false sweetness. My gaze locks onto a cluster of vibrant, pulsing flowers nearby, emitting that sweet, metallic tang I noticed earlier. The combined sensory input, the constant hum, the cloying air, the pulsing light, it's all making my head spin, testing my balance. This curse makes every other sense 1,000 times sharper, but it's becoming an overwhelming flood. How do you prepare an ingredient when the very air around it tries to trick your senses? No text provided. Travel crew, we're diving deep into the heart of this breathing world, and I've spotted our first target, the legendary Sunpetal Bloom. This place feels even more alive up close, the air thick with a cloying, almost metallic sweetness that makes my nose tingle. Look at this magnificent bloom, its petals shimmering with an inner light, rooted right into a patch of that bioluminescent moss. My goal is to carefully extract just one petal for analysis using these insulated tongs. I extend the tongs, aiming for the outermost petal, trying to gauge its resistance. Suddenly, Leela's analog barometer drops even further, a frantic whirring from her pressure gauge. She's pointing to the ground, crew, warning us that the very earth beneath us is actively buckling and groaning. Nobi's fur is standing on end, a deep, resonant hum vibrating from his chest, telling me something unseen is reacting to my presence. As the tongs make contact, the Sunpetal Bloom doesn't just resist, it recoils with a violent snap, releasing a burst of pungent, acrid vapor. The ground around it convulses, a sudden, sharp tremor that nearly throws me off balance. My hands, protected by the tongs, feel a jolt of pure kinetic energy, like striking solid rock that instantly shatters. The smell intensifies, a dizzying mix of sweet decay and raw, volatile spice, making my eyes water. This isn't just a plant, crew. It's a territorial force, and my standard harvesting methods are useless here. How do you acquire an ingredient that actively fights back with the very ground it grows from? All right, travel crew, that last attempt was a masterclass in what not to do. This Sunpetal Bloom isn't just a plant. It's a living, breathing, angry ingredient. My standard approach failed because I underestimated its territorial defense. But a true chef adapts, right? I'm abandoning brute force for finesse, treating this like a delicate dance. The ground around us is still groaning, a low, resonant thrumming beneath my boots, telling me it's ready to shift again. Leela's barometer is spinning wildly, confirming the air pressure is fluctuating with every pulse of the bloom. Nobi's low growl is a constant reminder of the unseen energies swirling around us. I see a small, ancient-looking being with large, pointed ears and a gnarled wooden staff watching me from behind a shimmering, moss-covered tree. He shakes his head slowly, his voice a gravelly whisper. "Bloom's anger, young one. It knows your intent." He points to the ground, which ripples like disturbed water. I'm going to use that instability, crew, not fight it. I'll time my next move with the ground's natural rhythm, anticipating its next convulsion. My tongs extend again, but this time I'm listening to the earth, feeling its subtle vibrations. I wait for the precise moment the ground begins to buckle, just before its full force hits. Now, I snap the tongs around a petal, not pulling, but snapping it with the ground's upward surge. The bloom still recoils, but this time, the kinetic jolt is a sharp crack against my gloved hands, not a shattering impact. A cloud of vapor erupts, not acrid, but a dizzying, sweet, spicy mist that burns the back of my throat. My eyes sting, and for a moment, the world spins with a disorienting sweetness. But I have it, crew. One petal, shimmering with inner light, secured in my tongs. The ground around us settles, a slow, sighing exhalation. The ancient being nods once, a flicker of surprise in his deep eyes. What do you think, travel crew? Was that enough to outsmart this volatile ingredient? All right, travel crew, we got it. One Sunpetal Bloom petal, secured and shimmering, but the real challenge starts now. The air around us thickens, a heavy, cloying sweetness replacing earlier decay. The ground beneath my boots undulates, no longer just groaning. The ancient being watches, staff tapping a nervous rhythm. My throat feels raw from the petal's vapor, a lingering sweet, spicy burn. I quickly grab broad, resilient leaves, slick with natural, waxy coating. Precision matters. Crew, layers or barriers, knots or seals. I place the pulsing petal onto the first leaf, its inner light glowing emerald. I fold another leaf over it, creating a snug, protective pouch. I secure it with braided plant fibers, feeling the petal's faint internal vibration. The ancient being whistles, eyes wide with awe. The ground escalates, a deep resonant hum vibrating through the air, making my teeth ache. I wrap the pouch in thick, fibrous twine, creating a dense, compact bundle. The effort makes my head spin, mist sweetness disorienting my balance. This makeshift vessel needs to hold, crew, or this entire area could destabilize. Do you think this containment will be enough to keep the Sunpetal's power in check? All right, travel crew, this isn't just carrying an ingredient, it's carrying a ticking clock. The ground beneath us isn't just groaning anymore, it's actively tearing itself apart. A deep fissure just ripped open, smelling of hot, mineralized earth and ancient, trapped air. I'm cradling the Sunpetal bundle, feeling its erratic pulse against my chest, a frantic, internal thrumming. Nobi's fur is standing on end, his low, resonant hum vibrating through the ground. Warning of unseen stresses, he's pointing his nose towards a shimmering, unstable pocket of air ahead, a pocket that smells like pure, raw energy. I shift my weight, counteracting the bundle's sudden lurch, aligning its internal rhythm with the wind's subtle currents. My hands are a living gyroscope, constantly adjusting, sensing the micro-tremors from the petal's core. The sweet, spicy burn in my throat from its vapor is now a searing line, making my eyes water. Every step is a calculated risk, a dance with disaster as the ground buckles and groans around us. I can feel the immense pressure building, like the world itself is trying to expel this concentrated power. My muscles ache, screaming under the strain, but I cannot falter. This isn't just about the petal. It's about keeping this entire volatile biome from unraveling. How much more can one chef endure to keep this delicate balance from shattering? Travel crew. This sun petal isn't just an ingredient, it's a ticking pressure cooker. My purification station, a rough obsidian slab with banked fire, is ready. Smoldering resins and nervous energy fill the air. Locals huddle behind glowing fungal trees, eyes fixed on me. I gently place the sun petal, feeling its frantic pulse. It shimmers, releasing concentrated sugary steam that prickles my nose. Leela warns, tapping her gauge. Pressure is spiking. She's right, crew, the petal pushes back, expelling energy. I must vent this pressure, preserving its essence. With fire-hardened tongs, I rotate the petal for even warmth. Its surface tightens, like a muscle clenching. I score the outer membrane with a sharpened crystal, releasing aromatic vapor. Locals gasp as the petal hisses like escaping steam. An amber-eyed elder whispers, "It fights the change, young one." The sweet, spicy burn in my throat is a fiery ribbon, making my breath catch. My eyes water, but I cannot blink away focus. How do you coax a wild ingredient into submission without breaking its spirit or yourself? Travel crew, this is it. The purified sun petal, shimmering with latent power, rests in my gloved hand. My heart pounds like a drum against my ribs. I bring it to my nose, inhaling its concentrated sweetness, a scent like sun-warmed honey and ancient earth. This is the moment. I take a bite. A jolt, a searing flash erupts across my tongue, a sensation I've never known. It's not just sweet. It's a symphony of vibrant, living flavors, a taste that sings. My throat constricts, then expands, a deep resonance building within me. Leela points frantically at her pressure gauge, her eyes wide. She's shouting about a sudden sonic surge, a vibrational overload. She's right, crew. The air itself is humming with a new frequency. Nobi lets out a sharp, startled bark, his fur bristling, his tail tucked low. He's sensing something immense, a shift in the very fabric of this place. A profound, operatic note escapes my lips, deep and resonant, shaking the very ground. The glowing moss on the trees pulses violently, and the gnarled branches creak in response. The amber-eyed elder drops to his knees, whispering, "The voice of the world." My curse is fighting back, a blinding pain behind my eyes, but the taste is still there. It's a battle, crew, a war inside my mouth and soul. What just happened to my voice? And what does this new taste truly mean for the curse? Travel crew, my voice just became a cosmic instrument. The Bloom's taste still sings, a vibrant memory, but searing pain is its price. Leela's gauge shows the sonic surge stabilized. This world's energy rapidly dissipates. She warns the resonant frequency is fading, like a song ending too soon. Nobi's fur settles, ears twitching, catching faint echoes of immense power. He senses raw magic withdrawing, leaving a quiet hum. I feel deep resonance, a powerful vibration now permanently mine. This operatic baritone is a consequence, a gift and burden from the Sunpetal. The amber-eyed elder, still kneeling, looks up, eyes wide with awe and fear. He whispers, "The voice has taken its toll, but the path is clear." I leave a carved stone, warning those who seek power without understanding its cost. The air smells of cooling stone and rain, the bloom's sweetness replaced by earthy calm. My senses are sharper, taste a potent tool, but this wield's energy is almost gone. We must move, crew, before this portal collapses. This taste is a breakthrough, but what dangers will this enhanced voice bring to our next destination?